Hello all, this is an explanation of the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. This video has been divided into two parts. In the first part, the first 17 chapters of Wuthering Heights will be taken into account, and in the next part, the next 17 chapters will be summarized. So I'll be talking about the themes of the novel as well towards the end of the novel. So let us start the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. The story is read to us through the eyes of Lockwood, who, writing his diary in 1801, describes his first days as a tenant at Thrushcross Grange, an isolated manor in thinly populated Yorkshire. He visits its landlord, Mr. Heathcliff, a surly, dark man living in a manor called Wuthering Heights. Wuthering is a local adjective used to describe the fierce and wild winds that blow during storms on the moors. Lockwood was shocked when he was left in a room with fierce dogs by Heathcliff. He was eventually saved by the housekeeper, Zillah. At first, Lockwood is angry, but later makes up with Heathcliff. Lockwood meets for the first time Junior Catherine, or Cathy, and Hareton in Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff introduces Catherine as his daughter-in-law. Lockwood wants to leave the Wuthering Heights in the stormy night itself, but he was forced to stay in Wuthering Heights when he was attacked by the dogs. Zillah, the housekeeper, leads Lockwood to the bed of Catherine, which was forbidden by Heathcliff. He finds a diary written 25 years earlier, which was written by Catherine. He also finds 3 words etched on the bed, which were Catherine Earnshaw, Catherine Linton, and Catherine Heathcliff. He finds from the diary that Catherine and Heathcliff were in love, and it was hated by Hindley, the cruel brother of Catherine. Hindley ill-treated Heathcliff, which made them zone enemies. In the night, Lockwood had some nightmares as he wakes up during the stormy night when the window was tapped by a branch outside. He tries to close the window when his hand was held by a ghostly white hand of a lady who begs him to let her inside. He tries to take his hand away from her, thereby injuring her hand, and the blood oozes out. He screams and Heathcliff comes running and reprimands him for entering the room. But nobody finds anyone outside. Heathcliff goes to the window and implores the lady to enter. Lockwood returns to Thrushcross Grange when he meets his housekeeper, Nellie, who tells him that she worked as a housekeeper once in Wuthering Heights. Therefore, he requests her to tell the story of the inmates of the Wuthering Heights, and it is through her that we hear the rest of the story. She explains to him that the young Catherine he saw at Wuthering Heights was the daughter of Catherine, and Hareton was young Catherine's cousin and the nephew of Lady Catherine. Both Catherine and Hindley were the children of Earnshaw, who was the first owner of Wuthering Heights. Nellie continues her story and tells Lockwood that Mr. Earnshaw returns after a business trip from Liverpool with an orphan boy who was named Heathcliff by Earnshaws. He was resented by all the Earnshaws, excluding Mr. Earnshaw, who loved him more than his son. He was abused by Earnshaw children, but later Catherine comes to change her mind and they fall deeply in love. Hindley continues to torture Heathcliff, and soon Mrs. Earnshaw dies. As time passes, Mr. Earnshaw grows frail and weak and disgusted with the relationship of Hindley and Heathcliff, and he sends Hindley to a college away from Heathcliff. Heathcliff and Catherine enjoy their time together in Wuthering Heights until the death of Mr. Earnshaw and the return of Hindley. In the beginning of the novel, we are led through mysterious incidents. The story is told in second and third person narratives, and we don't get an infallible narrative from the speakers. At times, we have to read between the lines to find out the truth. A Gothic setting has also been embedded by the author with gloomy and dark surroundings, dark and lonely manners, ghost of a lady, eerie and stormy weather, dangerous and marshy moors, and dark characters throughout the novel. Hindley returns home for the funeral of Mr. Earnshaw with his wife Frances. He again starts mistreating Heathcliff and denies him education, treating him as a common labourer. But the bond between Catherine and Heathcliff strengthens, and they enjoy each other's company during these trying times. One day, when they were out together, Hindley bolts the door of Wuthering Heights and refused to let them inside. Hence, the children had to stay outside and thought of whiling away the time by playing a prank on the children of Thrushcross Grange, Edgar and Isabella, the children of Mr. Linton. But in the process, Catherine gets bitten by a dog and had to stay in the house of Lintons, and Heathcliff was denied permission because of his background and colour. So he returns home without Catherine. Catherine learns the manners and etiquette from the Lintons, who were bent upon to teach Catherine manners and make her into a lady with character. Catherine loves to be with the Lintons and starts a friendship with Edgar. She ridicules the bad manners of Heathcliff as well. So Heathcliff was determined to take revenge on Hindley for his abusing behavior. Frances, wife of Hindley, gives birth to a child and eventually dies in her childbirth. Hindley leaves his baby Hareton on the care of Nellie and takes no interest in the child at all. He takes to drinking and becomes a drunkard. His plight was enjoyed by Heathcliff. Meanwhile, the relationship between Catherine and Edgar grows and they confess their love to each other. Catherine behaves like a proper lady when in the company of Edgar, but returns to her wild manners and nature in the company of Heathcliff. Heathcliff detests the relationship of Catherine with Edgar. Catherine confides to Nellie that Edgar has asked to marry him and she has accepted his proposal. Heathcliff was present nearby and he hears their conversation. Catherine tells Nellie that she doesn't want to degrade herself by marrying Heathcliff because of his low position. Heathcliff, hearing this, withdraws in a rage of shame, humiliation and despair and leaves the house for good and is not seen again for a long time. But he doesn't hear the words of Catherine when she says that she loves him more deeply than anything else in the world. She says that, and she and Heathcliff have the same spirit and essentially they are one. Heathcliff, thinking that he has lost his love, runs away from Wuthering Heights, and Catherine spends the night out in the moors in the rain, crying and searching for Heathcliff. She catches a fever and was taken to Thrushcross Grange to recuperate. But both Mr. and Mrs. Linton become infected and soon die. 3 years later, Catherine and Edgar marry. Even though Heathcliff leaves Wuthering Heights, the passion between the two lovers remains rooted in their hearts. The novel proves their love as an incontestable fact of nature. Nothing can alter or lessen it, and the lovers knew this. Heathcliff returns as a wealthy man 6 months after the marriage of Catherine and Edgar. No one knows where he was for the past 3 years. Catherine was delighted to see him back, and she and Isabella frequently visited Wuthering Heights, making Edgar jealous in the process. Soon, Isabella became attracted towards Heathcliff and falls in love with him. Heathcliff was invited by Hindley to stay with him, thinking that Heathcliff was quite rich. Heathcliff started to take revenge on everyone whom he hates. He taught Hareton to swear at his father Hindley. He also pursues a relationship with Isabella, which was detested by the Lintons. Meanwhile, he gets involved in a fight with Edgar, in which Edgar could not even retaliate. Edgar, in his anger, asks Catherine to choose between himself and Heathcliff, which makes Catherine depressed. Catherine becomes hysterical and grows weak. She promises that even if she dies, her spirit will not be at rest until she could reach Wuthering Heights and be with Heathcliff. Soon, Heathcliff elopes with Isabella, making Catherine more dejected. Edgar and Nellie nurses Catherine even though she did not recover completely. Soon, Catherine becomes pregnant, which makes her even more weak. Isabella writes about her horrible experiences in Wuthering Heights when she discovers that Heathcliff was using her as a tool to exact revenge on Lintons. Nellie visits Isabella at Wuthering Heights and she was coaxed by Heathcliff to carry a letter from him to Catherine. Heathcliff visits Catherine at her home in Thrushcross Grange, and Catherine laments that both he and Edgar have broken her heart, and she asks for forgiveness. Heathcliff also reciprocates his love for Catherine by proclaiming that he could forgive her for the pain she has caused for him, but cannot forgive the pain she has caused for herself, and he will take revenge on others if she dies. Soon Edgar returns from the church and was shocked to see Heathcliff with his wife. Heathcliff leaves the house but refuses to go away from there and stays in the garden. Catherine becomes quite weak after the confrontation with Heathcliff and Edgar in her room. At night, she gives birth to a premature baby, and she was named Kathy, and she dies during childbirth. Nellie carries the news to Heathcliff, who was in the garden, and he curses everyone for the pain he had suffered. He prays to the spirit of Catherine to haunt him till the end of his life and to never leave him alone. He asks her spirit to drive him mad till he dies. That night, Heathcliff enters the room where Catherine's body was kept and opens her locket and throws the tuft of hair of Edgar, which was kept inside, as a ritual, and replaces it with his own hair. Later, Nellie twines the locket with both the hairs of Heathcliff and Edgar without anyone's knowledge. Catherine was soon buried, not with the Lintons, but near a corner in the graveyard overlooking the moors, which she loved dearly. Hindley, after Catherine's death, began to drink heavily and got into fights with Heathcliff, who was slowly gaining control of Wuthering Heights. Isabella flees to Thrushcross Grange and flees to London, where she gives birth to Heathcliff's son Linton. Heathcliff knew about the whereabouts of Isabella and Linton but did not pursue them. For 12 years, Isabella continued her correspondence with Nellie through letters until her death when Linton was 12 years old. 6 months after Catherine's death, Hindley also dies. Nellie, to her shock, discovers that Hindley died after engulfing himself in a huge debt, and Heathcliff used to lend him a lot. Hence, the manor after the death of Hindley had been owned by Heathcliff as part of a previous arrangement. Heathcliff refused to leave Hareton with Nellie and makes him a common slave in his household to exact revenge on Hindley. So this is the end of part 1. I will come back to you with the rest of the 17 chapters in part 2. Thank you all. Now you will hear a summary of the rest of the 17 chapters of the novel Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. So let us start. Catherine grows up in Thrushcross Grange without the knowledge of Wuthering Heights or Heathcliff. She was not allowed to go near the dreaded mansion by her father. But once Edgar had to go to London, hearing that Isabella was dying, and he had to do something about Linton, her son. Catherine ventures near Wuthering Heights without anyone to constrain her, and she meets Hareton for the first time. She takes an instant liking to him and plays with her new friend for some time. Later, she was warned by Nellie that her father may not like the new relationship and that Hareton was her cousin. Edgar brings young Linton home, and Catherine discovers that he is very pale, sickly and weak. Heathcliff hears about his son and he demands him back from Edgar. Nellie takes Linton to Heathcliff, and Heathcliff treats him quite badly, like he had done to his mother. 3 years pass, and one day Catherine meets Heathcliff and Linton while going for a walk near Wuthering Heights. Heathcliff invites both Nellie and Catherine to Wuthering Heights to meet his son Linton, and he expresses his wish to Nellie about a proposed marriage between Linton and Catherine. Linton and Catherine exchange letters after this meeting, and Nellie warns Catherine about writing letters to Linton, and she destroys the letters written by Linton. Edgar's health began to fail, and he spends less time with Catherine. Catherine now freely roams near Wuthering Heights, and once she accidentally meets Heathcliff, who scolds her for breaking her relationship with Linton. He tells her that he was dying of a broken heart and longs to see Catherine. So Cathy begs Nellie to go with her to Wuthering Heights to see Linton. Next day, both Catherine and Nellie visit Linton, who was still very sickly and pale, and he proposes to Catherine. She rejects it, but begins to see him secretly during nights. Catherine behaves with Hareton in a mean way while she visits Wuthering Heights because of Hareton's illiteracy. Hareton once abuses Linton and locks him inside while he was trying to talk with Catherine. Linton accuses Catherine for his humiliation, and she vouches that she would never return to him. Linton asks for forgiveness, and after this incident, Nellie reveals the relationship to Edgar, and Edgar warns Catherine not to visit Wuthering Heights again. Catherine obeys her father and never visits Wuthering Heights. But Edgar was worried over his daughter's happiness, and he agrees for their marriage if she desires. But Linton's health was also quite fragile like Edgar's, and Edgar did not realize it. Linton and Catherine continues to meet near Wuthering Heights, but Linton's health seems to be quite frail and weak. Linton reveals to Catherine it was Heathcliff who threatened him to continue his relationship with Catherine. Soon Heathcliff arrives on the scene and asks all of them to accompany him to Wuthering Heights. He locks Catherine and Nellie inside the mansion and announces that he will free them only if Catherine agrees to marry Linton. Fearing for her life, Catherine marries Linton in Wuthering Heights. Later, Nellie and Catherine escape from Wuthering Heights and visit Edgar, who dies peacefully without knowing the plight of his daughter Catherine. He was buried near his wife Catherine, which was his wish. Heathcliff meanwhile reveals to Nellie that as the sexton was digging the grave for Edgar beside Catherine's tomb, he had bribed the sexton to open the grave of Catherine to have a look at her. He had also removed one part of her coffin so that when he dies, he will also be buried beside her, and they will unite after their death. He told her that in his will, he wished to be buried near Catherine. Nellie chastises him for disturbing the dead, but Heathcliff tells that he has been tormented by the ghost of Catherine for the past 18 years. The young Catherine was treated like a servant by Heathcliff in Wuthering Heights. She cared for Linton till his death. After Linton's death, she became aloof and did not talk with anyone. Nellie told Lockwood that only a marriage can save her from her plight. Lockwood tells us that he got the information till now from Nellie. Now he decides to go to Heathcliff and end his tenantship. He wants to return to London and escape from this dreadful place. Lockwood meets Heathcliff and ends his tenantship. He saw Catherine mocking Hareton for his struggle to learn, but says that she did not want to hinder his education. Catherine's books have been confiscated by Heathcliff, and Hareton burns his own books because of humiliation. After many months, Lockwood again visits the moors and went to meet Nellie. Nellie tells him what had happened in Wuthering Heights these days. Heathcliff had given a position to Nellie in Wuthering Heights to look after Catherine. Catherine has now made up with Hareton and never mocks him. She was determined to teach Hareton to read and write, and they appear to be happy together. Nellie longs for them to get married. Heathcliff has confided to Nellie that he has lost his initiative for revenge, and he was fed up with life. He could see only the eyes and image of Catherine in young Cathy's face and also on Hareton. Hence, he has lost all his spirit for revenge. As time passes, Heathcliff becomes more and more solitary and goes for long walks in the moors. He was taking less food and grows weak day by day. One night, he came back drenched in the rain and tells Nellie that he could see the apparition of Catherine near him. He asks her to remember his death wish to be buried near Catherine and goes to sleep on the bed of Catherine. Next morning, Nellie finds him dead on the bed. He was buried near the grave of Catherine according to his wish. Catherine and Hareton got married and are now the new owners of Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. Lockwood, before leaving the moors, goes and visits the graves of Heathcliff, Catherine and Edgar. He finds that the grave of Catherine was between the graves of Heathcliff and Edgar. As he returns from the graveyard, he heard the people speaking about the spirits of Heathcliff and Catherine wandering through the moors, and he wonders how that can be possible. Now let us see the themes of this novel. Revenge is one of the themes. Even though Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte is considered as a great romance, the plot of revenge is also quite powerful in this novel. The novel is considered to be one of the greatest of love stories, but it also explains how Heathcliff takes revenge on Hindley for mistreating him and also upon Edgar for marrying Catherine. He continues his revenge by making Hareton an illiterate and also marrying Isabella, Edgar's sister. He completes his revenge by taking over the mansions of Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. The next important theme in this novel is family. Families in Wuthering Heights are a source of alienation, jealousy, violence and greed. A peaceful family atmosphere is disrupted when Earnshaw brings an orphan boy, Heathcliff, to Wuthering Heights, where others dislike him. The story continues with both the families in the novel, Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange. The characters in both the houses are intricately connected and affected. The next important theme is love. In the novel, the love between Catherine and Heathcliff is somewhat transcendent and romantic, even though Catherine is so derisive of Heathcliff's social standing early on in the story. Heathcliff and Catherine's fanatical affection reaches beyond the grave into the afterlife. All the other examples of love in this novel are diminished in comparison, except perhaps that of Cathy and Hareton. Other than platonic, romantic and erotic love, mystical love is given more importance in the novel. The next important theme is the supernatural elements. The genre of the novel is gothic in nature, with ghosts, eerie mansions, dark atmosphere, and gloomy nights on the dangerous marshes pervading throughout the novel. Heathcliff is considered initially as a dark character from the dark world, and Nellie even calls him a vampire. Coffins, graveyards, and the dead bodies also play their part in making this novel supernatural. Next theme is suffering. All the characters in the novel suffer physical and emotional pain, and many of them even die from it. Heathcliff avoids physical illness, but his love for Catherine causes an extraordinary amount of suffering. No one takes responsibility for the misery that results from his or her foolish decisions, and they all blame each other. Next important theme is society and class. The novel is totally affected by the constraints of class. The Lintons and the Earnshaws belong to the middle class, and Heathcliff falls in the lowest strata of the class structure. Catherine considers the marriage with Edgar more profitable than with Heathcliff. The fact that Hindley denies Heathcliff an education implies that he is trying to force him to become a servant. Next important theme is betrayal. Betrayal, like revenge, drives much of the plot in the novel. Catherine betrays Heathcliff when she marries Edgar, even though Heathcliff terms it as a betrayal upon herself. Heathcliff runs away from Wuthering Heights, which is considered as a betrayal by Catherine. Isabella betrays Edgar by running away with Heathcliff, and even young Cathy betrays her father by venturing near Wuthering Heights. So these are some of the common themes in the novel. Thank you all.